Hi everyone, Jason with Happy Tales. So last week when we were doing our valves for the, distribution center for the water, we talked about doing another video that had to do with our water pump. So what we came up with is this guy here. We'll show a link down in our description, but what it is it's a cumulator. And what that does is, I'll pull this guy out for you. Don't mind, I already put a valve on there if you're looking for it. Is basically, this is a pressure tank. So when your valve or your water pump is and your water is surging, this guy right here will fix that. I can't remember how much they were, but this guy does about max pressure of 125 psi. It comes preloaded with 10 psi in the chamber. Basically, you have your water coming into your water pump and then going out, coming through this guy, and then going back to your system from here. So you really only need about a 3-inch line from the outpost of your water pump into this guy, and then just tie your existing water line into this. It's all the same fittings. It's going to go super fast, and we'll show you how to install it here in just a second. So what we're going to do is we'll crawl down back underneath the valves that we fit here, and we'll show you where we're going to line this guy up and put him in. It does have rubber grommets, just like your water pump does, one here and here, so you can screw into your floorboard, make it a nice solid mount, and we'll show you what we're going to do there. All right, come on. So, as you can see, we are now inside, and what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to show you a before and after so you can actually see what happens to the water flow. So we're going to go over here and we're going to turn on our water pump, and hopefully we have everything set up outside to run right. So basically, see how it surges a little bit? You can kind of see it's pulsating a little bit. Now the water's a little low, so the system is trying to build pressure, so to be fair. But you get the idea how with your water pump, it always surges. Voo, voo, voo. We're gonna get rid of that voo. And so once we get this set up and put that new accumulator in, that'll go away. So we're gonna go back down underneath the bowels of the Benny the Beacon, and we're gonna hook this up. I'm gonna show you how to mount it, how to plumb it, and then we'll get it all together. We'll come back up here and we'll turn it back on, and you'll see that that has totally dissipated. Okay, so what we did here is I pulled off these 4 screws. You can see where it was mounted here and here. That's just so I had some movement. Sorry if this thing gets a little jittery. This is going to be our inlet. This is our outlet. So we're going to pull off that side, and then I'm probably going to set this guy about somewhere in here. We'll kind of figure that out. Right now, this hose is 2 feet. I bought 2 feet because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to have it in line directly right next to it, or if I wanted to kind of space this out. So we're kind of messing around with this just a little bit to kind of figure out which way we want to have this set. Okay, so here's our finished setup. This is what I found worked best for us. I rotated the pump 90 degrees, so instead of this way, we turned her that way. Water coming in through the pump, around into the accumulator, and then back out. One of the reasons that I mounted this guy here, I wanted to have access to this Schrader valve right here, and that's how we can add pressure to the accumulator down the road if we need to. So I kind of wanted to have it a better flow, so this keeps this running around, and there's no kinks, there's no real bind on any of the lines. So that for us is kind of what worked best. So we'll go inside and we'll show you what it looks like now that we have it installed. All right, so we've come back inside from being underneath and installing that accumulator and everything. Key part, and I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, is really the only thing that you need to do is buy the line that comes from your pump to the accumulator. Like I said, we used a 2 foot with a little loop in it. That's what worked for us on how we laid that all out. So whatever works for you works for you. Now we use the 1/2 inch ID inner diameter hose. I used the braided one just because it worked better, and that's what I could find locally. Plus I could bend it. So that's what the hose end of it. Now let's check our pressure. Now before, you saw that we had the kind of the surge that went back and forth, and on this you can now see that we have a very solid line of water, and we don't have that surge from the pump from brr, brr, brr. So that's kind of a cool thing. The other nice thing is I could be in the shower, or Beth could be in the shower, and one of us running the dishes out here, and we wouldn't have a massive drop in water pressure. We would have somewhat of a drop, but not like you would without it. So for the simple price of that guy, easy to install, it is another well worth it. So again, if you guys like this style of DIY type of installations into your RV, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, that way you know when we release a video, and most importantly, give us a thumbs up. All right, if you guys have any questions, hit us up in the comments. If not, have a great week. We'll see you guys next week. Bye bye everyone.